Good to see you. Good to be with you again. How about this? 2 weeks in a row? How about that? Hopefully we can keep this streak going. Not really much for announcements today. We have our meal today. I believe it's walking tacos. You're always invited to be a part of this ministry, either by volunteering or just coming and enjoying the fellowship and the meal, and we hope that you do it at some point. And so we come to the fifth Sunday after Epiphany. Epiphany is this season of God revealing God's self. And in this season, we've been talking about becoming the children of God. What are we seeing that's going to help us become the children that God would have us become? And we talked about listening. Last week, we talked about discerning. Last week, we were with Jesus in the synagogue. And he taught with such authority. He taught differently than the scribes, and he healed a man within that synagogue. And this week's story is right after that. In this story, right after the synagogue, they go to Simon's house. Apparently it was nearby. And in Simon's house, his mother-in-law was ill. Jesus touches her hand. She gets up. She starts serving them. And then before you know it, the doorway is full of people from the community wanting to be healed from this or that or exercise. And then they lose track of Jesus and they find him out by himself. And the disciples tried to tell him, come back, you've got more work to do. And Jesus says, no. This is not what I've come to do. Okay? So what do we get from this story? It's a busy story, lots of things, right? One of the things we could talk about is Simon-in-law's mother, who immediately being healed, she begins to serve the people. Right? What I draw out of that is Jesus restores her to a place where she does what she is called to do. Okay? They don't make her serve others, it's just what she does, right? And if I tie that with the end where Jesus stops doing the healing and leaves, Jesus has this mission. His focus is on the mission, and his mission, at least as we are told in Mark, is to proclaim the near and the coming kingdom of God. That's his mission. The healings, the miracles, those kind of things are just signs that point to the mission. Or the healings are a byproduct of the mission. So what I'm hearing, at least this week, is to become the people of God, we also need to maintain our focus on the mission as Jesus is focused on his. Jesus leaves behind a lot of good tasks that need to be done, right? Sometimes that happens in the church. We have limited resources. We have limited people. We have limited good that we could do, so sometimes we leave some good behind in order to take care of the greater good, which is our mission. So what is your mission? What is it that God has you focused on? As Paul tells us, we're called to be preachers, teachers, healers, all kinds of different things. What if that is your mission in life? And are you being distracted by other things than fulfilling that? Have you discerned yet what your particular calling in life is? Becoming the person that God would have us be is an ongoing journey. But we can help ourselves along the way. We'll see you soon.